This is the Cutting Edge, and I refer you there with you next Wednesday. Album Call of Honor meets Kingston, Sly and Robbie, Bongo Herman. Hey, Yellow Bongo Herman. Yes. Big album this. Of Honor meet Kingston. You know, we just play a Takura. Panlita Farai rhythm a while ago. Yes, we just play Takura Panlita Farai rhythm. Takura the poet. Lita Farai the dub master. Okay. Yes, this is the Cutting Edge. You know, we're in a serious dilemma. Even in this football time, you know, you can see say black people is traumatized. Yeah, well traumatized, believe you me, man. Believe you me. You know, I say it already, I'm going to say it again, you know. I can't watch this football match and have a political agenda behind me thinking, you know. Yeah, I don't know why I stay that way there, but I can't just sit down and watch. Like, Germany play, you know, Nigeria, or a team play some South American team. I not think certain things that I made. Like, me I watch France, I play Belgium. I sit down in my room, I watch France, I play Belgium. And me I say, a whole heap of people are post like one African team left in the football match, and that is France. And me I say, oh, the right to them get France to be an African team. It's a French team with whole heap of African that play upon it. It's not an African team. It's a French team with Africans that play upon it. But so me I watch France and Belgium a play, and through my team don't fly out of it already. Me no stop cheer for nobody now. Me no bother cheer for nobody again. Me just watch it and I enjoy the football, the skill them and the mess up with them and mess up. And me I say, okay, France have a whole heap of African them upon it. But history can't come out of my head. When me look on it, history can't come out of my head. And the things that I know France do to the African race, and what them do to Haiti, that Haiti have to pay reparation money to them, how much years in, and the whole heap of calamities where them take part in to destroy African civilization. And we know say the Moors of Spain, where them call them Moors of Spain, but they're not really Spain, them come from, and North Africa them come from. North Africa them come from and take on to themselves this Arab religion named Islam. And we see what Spain do to the world. And we see Belgium play France, and we hear people are cheer for Belgium. But I understand the game of the thing and the game of the thing, but which part of my head they know, I can't just look on it as a game. I have to look on the historical relevance of the whole situation we are going at. And when me remember King Leopold, and what King Leopold do, worse than Hitler. You know, the Jews that are about 6 million Jews were dead in the Holocaust. King Leopold caused the death of over 13 million Africans, and they never got Africa yet. Never got Africa yet, and him caused the death of 13 million. So, when I think about them things, I say, I can't cheer for them team, the Rasta. Then today now, I'm still going to watch Croatia and England. I don't know how only Jamaican people get attached to England, you know, but I say, I can't really cheer for England, you know, because reparation, slavery, King James Bible, all of these things, what them do to me. I couldn't really sit down and just watch a football match and I say, yes, yeah, England. No. I'm too politically motivated for really just look on it as a game. Because when you really get down right to it, it's not just a game. I mean, we are looking at it that way, yes, but it's not just a game. 40,000 people in a stadium are cheer for them team, and then after them team lose, them cry. It's not just a game. It's not just a game. Games don't bring out those kind of emotions. You immerse yourself in an illusion. Like when the brother always say I cry when Germany lose. It's like you immerse yourself in an illusion. And you become a part of the illusion. So now we say, it's a weird thing. A man said me a thing a while ago where I'm going to see if I can find it though. I'm going to see if I can find it, but we can come back to it though. Brand new music. Here goes. Yes, music from Virgin out of Ghana with Sizzla. This is the cutting edge, and I refer me at about watching the football match without have a inward reflection of history. Yes, I don't know if someone else out there can tell me say the same way them think too, but I don't think I want things so still. If you just watch it so, without any historical reference point to the country where the country do to African people, because always see a go on there, always see a go on there with black people play upon the team and all them something there. Them people there, they not really like black people if you can't give them something. If you can't give them something, and sometimes you're giving yourself. When you really get right down to it, them is as racist can be. That's why they have to have special law. The FIFA people have to have special law about insult and racist slurs and racist argument amongst the footballers them. You can be excommunicated or you can be charged a lump sum of money for being racist in the football match. But that is just a football match. After the football match, what else? What is? These countries that, like England, where have all Jamaican play for the team. And because Jamaican play for the team, we feel good, so we cheer for England. I don't have them joke there. Because England still repressive when it comes on to African people and how them treat African people in England. So even though you see them have footballers there, blacker than me and you, they saw. Trust me, if them wasn't footballers, if them wasn't part of what them want you to do for them, you're just a normal person, just like in France. Just like in France, Italy, all them places there. We might think certain way. I'm going to with our peace and love, one heart, let's get together and be all right concept. But there is a innate kind of racism that is constructed from birth amongst a lot of these people. Okay, we're there with you. Marcia Griffiths, Sister Carol. Sister Carol just tell me that she was in Brazil. Not just tell me. Remember they are South Africa. Me and her talk, and she they are Brazil. So a whole heap of people don't even know that. Not because you're an artist on the radio. I have a whole heap of music I play all over the place. Them not doing things out there, but there's enough things are going out there where we don't know about. Because the radio station, them sometimes don't highlight certain things if it is not bumper or if it is not war, like where we see Spice and this girl are going with. And it's the first ever hear so much bitch call for that program. The young people are easy, It's the first ever hear so much bitch call for that program that Spice get up to fight the girl. And the girl they said this and that and Spice they said this. I wish your name don't even know what she call her girl. I should name call her girl, but The way them are going on the TV, though, me I tell you, horrible. And them people, they represent Jamaica nowadays. Yeah, man, and them people, they represent Jamaica nowadays. When people say, boy, Jamaica culture gone out there, Jamaica culture this. And that them call Jamaican culture now. When Jamaican woman sit down with, I don't know if it's an American woman, and the two of them, they are bitch it out. Terrible thing. I don't know where we are going with, but we're wrong side, with tipsy turby. Some of that talk about Sister Carol, and me I say, Sister Carol out there work hard. Work hard. But it's not a hype work. Real work. Marcia Griffith, Sister Carol. Yes, ching. Okay, so Fat Clark. We don't, say I go there and I don't get prepared. About 2 weeks now, we don't play none of Fat Clark. So we're going to start up again. Fat Clark. Jamaica roots and culture. Here we go.
Welcome to Jamaican Roots and Culture. I'm Pat Clark. We will look at the role of caves in the history of the island. In the limestone hills and valleys of Jamaica, there are many sinkholes and caverns, some of great size, beauty, and grandeur. A few have been known for a long time. Some have been recently explored, and undoubtedly, many more remain to be discovered. Caves have played an integral part in the history of Jamaica. The island's original inhabitants, the Tainos, used caves for ceremonial and burial purposes. Some of their ancient carvings can still be seen in some of the caves, including the small rock shelters near the road in Manchester, connecting Milk River and Alligator Pond. In the 17th century, Henry Morgan is said to have hidden some of his loot in caves, and even to this day, treasure hunters still search between Kingston and Old Harbour for legendary treasure. In the 18th and 19th centuries, caves were visited out of curiosity, and a few could also be described back then as tourist attractions. The Roaring River Caves in Westmoreland, the Portland Caverns in Clarendon, and the Peru Caves in St. Elizabeth were some of the popular ones. The walls of the Karambi Cavern in Trelawney are said to be embellished by the signature of the Marquis of Sligo, governor in 1834. In the 18th century, the owner of Edinburgh Castle in St. Anne, a notorious Mr. Hutchinson, used an underground cave as a convenient receptacle for the disposal of his murdered victims. The Triangle River area near Maroon Town in St. James contains many caves. The major ones are Peterkin, Rota, and Rota Sink. These caves are all associated with one river. Peterkin, the upstream cave, is notable for its grand and imposing entrance at the base of a cliff. Rota is a long tunnel traversed through by a river which disappears close to the entrance and is next seen at the bottom at Rota Sink. 7 miles to the east of Deeside is the Windsor Cave, which was once the course of the eastern branch of the Martha Brae River. This cave has an impressive first section consisting of a huge vaulted tunnel which later gives way to a small glade in the Cockpit country. Over in the parish of Manchester, several caves can be found near the emergence of the Coffee or One-Eye River at Octombeddy. The best of these caves is the Princess Alice Cave, first explored by the Caving Club in 1958. An easy descent through a hole leads to the stream bed. Quashie River Caves are among the most magnificent caves in the island. These contain 2 waterfalls which are between 70 and 100 feet high. These caves are ranked with the finest in Europe, but are not for the faint-hearted or the inexperienced. The arid Hellshire Hills are among the least toured parts of Jamaica. Covered in low, dense shrub, the area extends for around 100 square miles west of Kingston. About 500 to 1,000 years ago, the forbidding landscape was a home to the Arawak Indians and later to the runaway slaves. These days, the only inhabitants are the migrant birds, a few conies, and a handful of Jamaican iguanas. Low rainfall and unwelcoming limestone terrain have deterred people from settling in the Hellshire region. Hellshire is not a bad place to hike if you're interested in seeing one of the island's genuine wilderness zones. But please don't try it on your own because it's easy to get lost on such a hike. The eastern edge of the Hellshire Hills is marked by a series of lovely coves and beaches. The road south through Portmore hits the coast beside the Great Salt Pond, an old Taino fishing pond, and continues to Fort Charles Beach. Beyond the beaches, the road leads south to the intriguing Two Sisters Cave. The caves came about as a result of ancient earthquakes in the area, which created subterranean chambers with streams trickling throughout them and a series of brackish pools. It formed a perfect hideaway for the island's Taino Indians long ago. Taino tools, hunting weapons, and pottery have been found in these chambers. There's also an ancient Arawak painting in the cave, which was placed there to ward off evil spirits. Some of Jamaica's caves are really intriguing. In fact, 2 zemis of historic value were found several years ago at a cave in Abuka. They form a direct link between the past and the present. So just think of it. The next time you step into a cave, it can be seen as a journey into the past. After all, you never know who might have entered the threshold long ago. And now to end Jamaican roots and culture, here is a wise quotation from the Black diaspora. The cost of liberty is less than the price of repression. W.E.B. Du Bois. For Jamaican Roots and Culture, I'm Pat Clark.
So we see the different Caribbean islands come to Jamaica and have a big meeting down at Montego Bay. All of the so-called CARICOM leaders, with the Prime Minister of Jamaica being the chairperson this time around. Well, them talk and talk and talk. I know you not mention about reparations in them conversation. I know you not mention about reparation. And I know that a lot of the Commonwealth leaders was in England at that wedding. And they were there when Queen Elizabeth just come out and tell you who going to be the next person that the Governor General will represent under the crown. And there was no mention of reparation. And then we see that the Prime Minister of Jamaica, St. Holness, went to Israel. And we don't hear nothing. It's like when our dearly beloved Sister P went to Ethiopia, and we don't hear nothing when them come forward of these trips. And the Prime Minister went to Israel and met the big officials. And we don't hear nothing about this devastation of the Palestinians' land and the occupying of Palestinian land. We don't hear nothing more about it. Nothing at all. So now we see that they are going to now South Africa. Invited to South Africa, where they are having this BRIC meeting. For those of you who don't know, the BRIC is a collaboration between Brazil, Russia, India, China, and now South Africa. Them call it BRICS. It's almost like it's an economical bloc for counter the European community. So these countries align themselves with China. So now you find that the biggest South African biggest partner in economics and whatsoever else them have deal with in terms of development. Them now more linked to China now than America. We don't know if you swap Margadak for puppy, but you jump in a fire, jump out a frying pan and jump in a fryer. But that is what it is. It's what it is. It's what it is. So we say these countries align themselves with China and Russia. And it's almost like a counteraction to the American domination where that take place for years now. So they invite Jamaica to this conference. I don't know what they're going to talk about. I don't know if the Prime Minister have the guts or the balls to bring up certain conversation with these people, because it would appear to me that this Virginia people that talk about them need young mind, and young this and young that. But I can tell you something now. You see, all of them people there were just left university and are fit into government business, and who now is councillors and who is ministers and parliamentarians, and the younger one them. Them not different from the old one them. Because the same book, them go to university to go read, and them get the same training for come do the same thing. Them not doing nothing different. Because them mind is still set in the same coat and tie, jacket and tie, house slave mentality. That is where them get caught up in now. So if you know they may look young and chirpy, when you get right down to in relationship to them governance is the same thing. And you can't see that with this man wholeness. In born after independence. I think in born after independence. But I don't see him do nothing different from where the other crazy people them did I do. I don't say them I do nothing different. There's no revolutionary spirit that say, look here, this did I go all the while, so well we are come change that now. And we are emphasize the African peoples, considering that the country is majority African. And we're not exempt nobody, but like Marcus Garvey said, race first. I hope people scared of that. When you say race first, them say, so you're racist? How can I be a racist? Just because I say race first. Racial talk is not racist. When people do racist action and racial talk is two different things. So I said to you that this young argument about we need some young blood. All of the young blood them were in at that there, PNP and GLP. What have they done over the years that you see them are gallivant all over the place? Jump up bills. Now we say the petroleum company in a problems, who are get money this so, who are skim out money so this so, who are do this, that, this so, and all these things. Now here to them find a next company now, a next company again, where them have to start investigate at the company there. But the same premise that it don't tell you to say it's a thing, it's a systematic problem in a most of the public sector places. And people are going like say them not to say it true. But none of them mention Africa in them programs. All of them say, well, we're going to have this and we're going to have that, and there's an African. But we're talking about South-South movement, where CARICOM government governing African people who was displaced. 500 years ago we get displaced. CARICOM government is now part of that movement where we call African retentive cultures, African retentive movement in well, dance and all them things they involve, culture involved, all them things. But what we are saying is that there is no trust for say me could deal with Africa without fear or favor. Them want to deal with Germany and them want to go to Israel and them want to do this and do that. But for emphasize where the people them gods there. The people them gods I say, but what you know? Oh, we stay so. Why we stay so? There must be a reason why we stay so and how we stay so. None of these people, them not study African institutions before the white people and the Arabs got there. And we say time and time again, slavery is not African history. Slavery is not African history. And them keep talking about Africa in the slave negative. The slavery is what them teach we about Africa. So when we hear about Africa, it's slavery we are hear about. And them talk about history. History say that Africa existed and the people them existed thousands of years before Europeans got here. Thousands of years before the English, the Portuguese, the French, and all of these people, the German, them end up in Africa. Civilizations and countries with institutions and governance existed in Africa long before Greece and Rome and all these places where I hear about. Long before the advent of Christianity, civilizations existed in Africa. I want to talk about just Egypt, because sometimes when people talk, them talk like say Egypt is the only place in Africa where they have civilization. We are talking about West Africa and Southern Africa. We not just talk about Egypt, you know. We are talking about the only reason why we know about Egypt so is because white people got there first and come infiltrate it. The first infiltration of Africa was in Egypt, when white people from up in the north of Europe go inside of there. But when you talk about traditions that exist in Mali, in Ghana, you know, I mean, Timbuktu and all these places, in Southern Africa, in Zimbabwe. We don't study them culture there. And them show we Africa, where we get so embedded in her that we can't see nothing more than what them tell about Africa. So when these so-called new leaders come, them take the same ideas and twist it and turn it over, make it look like it's a different thing. But it's the same house slave mentality them have from African people. House slave mentality. Them not focus on the majority of people. The majority of people in Jamaica is of African stock. 90% of the African people them, of the people them in Jamaica is of African stock. So all the leaders them free to emphasize that. That's why them give out of many one. It's American thing that America them get that from. The guys them that create the independence of Jamaica, adapt the American motto out of many one and juxtapose it pan our so-called, what them call it, coat of arms, put out of many one. Them couldn't come up with something different. Them just take it from America out of many one. And now we look and we see Africa they on the rise, you know. Whether a man will accept that or not, you know, Africa they on the rise. We see infiltration are going, we see the Chinese over there, so we see the American them over there, so I militarize it. And we see the leaders them same like the same old slave them over there. So we see a whole heap of old slave in Africa. We have turned the people them head and twist the people that sell out Africa little by little. But you have leaders there, you have African ones there where I do the things different. See, I'm going to interview a South African brethren, and the white guy look on the South African and say, I know, should I play it, Him look on the South African and say, so tell me something. Oh, look where I got take back the land. How it go? Because them decide they want to take back the land because Mandela never do it. And you have a set of ones, people are cussed from them longer time. But because them uphold Mandela so much, those voices was drowned out. Them drowned out them voices. We say, watch, you can't have true freedom unless you have the land. Land is the basis of power. If you don't have no land, you don't have any power. So the man look on this bridge and ask him about the land where them say them going to take back. Or them could have got take back land. If them going to bite. Them say, oh, you mean, I'm going to find the tape and play it. Anyway, I'm going to find it and play it. This is the cutting edge on RFM. It's like I say hip-hop, you can't say dancehall music. And if you listen to the words where she attack, you can't just move it from the hip-hop to the dancehall. The irony of what she say is that we see now the sister them on television I call one another bitch. Amazing. It's amazing. That she did talk about hip-hop male artists. We are called the sisters them whore and bitches and all them something there. And now we say the sister them dep on television I call them one another bitch and whore. Black people. And that we are talking about, How them get to do that? How them get to sing, say we are whore, we are bitch, and the woman them are whore and the woman them are bitch, and dog and all them something. How them get to do that? This is the cutting edge on RFM. Yes, we are going to come back to the land thing, but we want to tell you about where we can mention, because this is very important. At least to we, given that there's so much reggae happening outside of Jamaica, that we feel good to know that someone or someone's cling on it to the point where them can really elevate it into a big festivals. And we have big reggae festivals still happening here. The two main ones we know about we're gone in January, is Rebel Salute, and this one now, Reggae Some Fest. But we see that Joe kind of gone higher now. Him gone with both from the 15th to the 22nd, one whole a week of activities. It's not, and some of them are all free. Yes, so we were here with Joe have to say, as it relates to this, because we see him have a symposium. I don't know if he want to admit it still, Last year, when we talked to him, we have him in his studio, and we'll tell him, say, we must try and get Damien. And we see him have Damien now. And also, we did mention about symposiums, because we know that is part of the whole thing of reggae. Reggae is not just the music. It's a culture, and it comes from understanding the culture of the people. We don't want to be like the politicians them who don't understand the culture of the people. See, so when we say reggae festival, it must include something that is not musical but relate to the music itself. So we see him include a symposium here, and we really feel good to know that. So we have him here. We're going to make him tell you about where we're going with this year, Reggae Sumfest.
Okay, Muta. This is Reggae Sumfest 2018, and we're marking the third year as owner, but only our second year really at the helm. 2017 was monumental in terms of development and setting the transformation from a local show with a sprinkle of foreign acts to a reggae dancehall festival employing reggae dancehall talent. This event was dubbed as Our Music, Our Festival, and we achieved record-breaking attendance. 2018, we have expanded our program to 8 days from July 15 to 22, upping the standard to the levels of the International Festival, and at the same time holding Jamaican cultural roots. To achieve this, we have added 2 new programs, one being the Symposium, held at the Convention Center Friday, July 20, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It'll involve an exhibition, workshops, and various presenters, including Roger Steffens, Pat Machino, and Copeland Forbes. There will also be, by invitation only, the Inspire Awards, taking place at Iberio Star Hotel Thursday, July 19, a red carpet celebration to honor 8 individuals for various contributions to the industry and the community. On Sunday, July 15th, Colorfest Beach Party at Tropical Bliss Beach will continue in its 2nd year. Hosted by Noah Powa and Yannick the Curvy Diva. Music by Team Shella, Jigga and Crazy Neil. And just confirmed performance by Lali. A few cabanas are still available. On Monday, July 16th, Reggae Sumfest will introduce a new attraction called Street Dance. This dance will include various establishments offering food and drink at Streetside, and it all takes place on the newly regenerated Hip Strip in Montego Bay. Key selectors Noah Powa from New York and Team Shella from JA will play, and possibly invited artists will drop a tune or 2. This will be free to the public? Yes, free, and for the public. Muta.
Yeah, hold on. You know, the street dance thing is very interesting. There's a street dance, as you know, or anybody know, is something where it's part of the whole musical experience. We cannot rule out Raytown. We are going for 30 odd years now. We cannot rule out when they have on Red Hills Road. You know, and in its own little way, it developed into really something of an experience. We cannot forget Pasa Pasa, down at Tivoli, on Spanish Town Road, where we examine dance to its core. So when we look on this now, we say include a street dance, which is free. That's very interesting. The street dance, free street dance, and that going up on the strip, the strip, Montego Bay. I really want to go to the Clash. It's the Clash I want to go. I never, you know, say I welcome the Jam Rock crew. Turn me on to Clash, you know. Yeah. Anyway, we could make him go and talk about the lineup here after we are going for the whole week.
It's another gesture from Reggae Sumfest in support of hashtag We Love Mo Bay. Tuesday, July 17th, the all-white party at Pier 1 will return the all-white dress-up to the festival, where the ladies always look great and the guys enjoying the night with dreams for a big surprise. Wednesday, July 18th is the famous Blitz party with a new twist. This year we'll be at the Hard Rock Cafe in Montego Bay. Complimentary specialty drinks will be served, and a food menu featuring jerk pork, escofish, pasta station, sliders, and more. And it'll all be served throughout the night. Music by Creep from Chromatic, Rolex, Noah Powa, and Team Shella. The featured acts of the night are Safari from Love and Hip Hop and Jamaican rising superstar from London, Stefflon Don. They both will perform from in a DePool stage, dress code casual chic, if anything at all. Thursday, July 19, Reggae Sumfest has chosen to recognize and celebrate 20 years of Iris and Chen's World Clash at Pier 1. This will be a classic clash between 2 times World Class champion Tony Matahan, 5 times World Class champion Mighty Crown, 2 times World Champion Ricky Trupa, and 6 times World Champion Pink Panther. It's good to recognize those who have made such a commitment to the Clash culture, and we at Reggae Sumfest will present the Clash with a sense of genuine appreciation. This, too, is a different look for the festival. Friday, July 20th at Catherine Hall will be night one with the best in dance hall music. Showtime starts 8:30 p.m. and ends at 5 a.m. Get there early and don't miss a beat. Muta! Saturday, July 21 at Catherine Hall will be the night two, headlined by Damien Jr. Gong Marley and Beresford Hammond. Also appearing is Maxie Priest, Sham, Capleton, Rage and Fire, Jay Boog, Fantam Moja, and many more. Showtime 8 p.m. and get there early because Junior Gong is scheduled for 12:42 a.m. and Barris Hammond at 2:30 a.m. Capleton will close the show. And just when you thought it was over, on Sunday, July 22 at Dump Up Beach, we'll introduce another new event, Meds, our tailgate party, where you bring your coolers and trucks and cars and have a great breakfast and a bar for those who ran out of something to drink and enjoy the last moments of the festival. I'm sure it'll be an experience to remember and should make an indelible impression. Party time, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Enjoy the summer. See you at Reggae.
Yes, Joe, I call you Joe, because I can't call a long European name there. And Joe, I call you, I'm afraid. Look at how. A whole heap of things that Montego Bay, you have to go down to Montego Bay and spend the whole week down there. A whole heap of things that. And it sounds like a festival. Yeah, it sounds like a festival. It gone beyond its expectations, you know, and yeah, we give thanks for that. It's not no one night thing where you just come and just listen to music and it's done. It's all the different aspects of the music that is presented there. So we love that. We love that. Them have sound class, street dance, symposium, you know, all the things them where we say we included inside of the musical heritage and the musical culture of Jamaica. So you want to have now, I'm tired of giving. I'm going to start paying me for these ideas, you know. I'm going to start paying me for the ideas because I see two of the ideas they put on paper and them not tell me, say, me, you know. Anyway, I give him some ideas, you know. Him need to have somewhere, not necessarily upon the big stage them for the 2 nights, but yet it possibly could do, where him include mentor, and the whole Gary dance in them, where you have the indigenous music before reggae, before ska. Just like how you have the Jolly Boys going to make it bigger foreign. You make, I don't know which part you can put it, in the symposium, in the street dance, somewhere where you know so you can present that aspect of the Jamaican music. The whole aspect of the Jamaican music. Because we see everything you saw is contemporary. Everything you saw is like, you know, after independence. Well, we will say independence, I mean, after 1962. All of this was created after 1962. But the history of the music go beyond 1962. Yes, gone way back beyond 1962. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just a suggestion. Mutabaruka suggest that to you. This is the cutting edge on IRFM. Okay, where we there? Yeah, Sister Inifa from Long Montego Bay there. You know, say, them still have the curfew long there. Right? Them think they're going Long Montego Bay at curfew long there. That's serious thing. Okay, so we want to make the people them understand where we come from when we attack certain things I know. Because it is Africa. Africa is on the move, whether you want to believe it or not. And because we're there, so we get so claustrophobic inside of the Western media. We tend not to get our, give thanks to those who depend on social media in a certain way. Because sometimes even social media make the thing worse because certain things we have filtered away come from some sources where it's not credible. And we have to understand that. It's not everything where man put. We see a serious thing happen on social media as come on to China and we not take up for them. But we see a barrage of things, negative things about food where people come from China, this way come from China, where you must do this to China until they, is an American propaganda. I want you to understand that. A whole heap of them Chinese things about the Chinese, they might do this and the Chinese, they might do that. It's American propaganda. Especially now with Donald Trump there, we are leak out against certain things and now we are put on tariff 25% on it. I start a trade war in the world and now we could have worse than a gun and bayonet war. The way the man has said it and now we think same thing like start a war with bomb and thing, but you must start a war, economical war. You understand? So we have to watch how we are get the media, but the African perspective is very important to the scheme of the thing. We don't want to get involved in a world war where we don't have nothing to do with. And then them call it world war. You see, because when Africa in our problems and dilemmas, we don't hear about it to that unless it's Ebola and this and all them something around rampant in Africa. I hear some so-called tribal war start. You know, see it. But one of the ones them know and understand say some terrible things are going on in Africa. Terrible things. I would sidetrack that because we're not living in no illusion. But I tell you, say, some serious things are going on in Africa as it relates to advancement and progress. We just want you to know that. We just want you to know that. This is the cutting edge. The time is 12 o'clock. Drink all Tommy Gigla. You have come again. We have to talk my tongue. Tommy Gigla. Yes. Don't want no gun. And the man said we don't want no guns, you know. Too much killing. Yeah, so we just tell you a while ago about this land thing where so we have to find the clip. So, yes, so we say we have to find the clip. And I think we'll find the clip. Now listen to this. When I tell you say things are going on, I seriously tell you say things are going on. And when I listen to this clip here, how presumptuous these people can be. Presumptuous is the highest level, at the highest level. That's why I say now, watching the football match, I can't just watch it and just see it as a game, just a game. I can't just watch it like that. So I want to listen to this brethren interview, this South African brethren. I don't remember where, I forgot to find him name too, you know, yes. Here we go.
Just taking land from someone is theft. No more, no less. So he believes you can't, no matter how bad the injustices were in the past, you can't fix it by grabbing. Just taking land from someone is theft. No more, no less. So he believes you can't, no matter how, just taking land from someone is theft. Just taking land from someone is theft. No more, no less. So he believes you can't, no matter how bad the injustices were in the past, you can't fix it by grabbing.
And that is madness. How does taking my car, which you stole from you, become a theft? Mm-hmm. You steal my car, I come and take it. I find it, I take it. In terror's mind, that is theft. I mean, that is insane. We're not stealing anything. We're taking what is rightfully ours. But I'm not taking my car and leaving you stranded. I give you a ride. This is my car, I'm taking it.
Without compensation? How are you getting a ride?
No, I'm giving you a ride. We're driving together.
Right.
I won't leave you here stranded. Right. Yes. Why should I compensate a criminal? You steal my car, you want money from me to buy it. You're committing more crime by wanting me to buy from you.
Because that was one of the fundamental things in 94, which was, okay, we press reset from Madiba. White people, you've been born into privilege, but you don't bear the sins of your forefathers. Let's work together. You contest that.
Hey, Chief, I was not there in 1994. I was not there when Madiba clinched deals with those people.
Right.
If there is any commitment Mandela made with them and then we are going against it, they must go to Mandela. Now, we don't owe them anything. We have no agreement with them. Nothing. And we're not bound by Mandela's resolutions at all. We're not bound by the decisions taken in the negotiations. We're not there. We are here now. And we are going to chart a way forward and determine our own destiny. Madiba did what he had to do. The conditions then maybe were not favorable for him to do what we are doing now. And we are not Mandela. I think people get that very clear. We're not Mandela, and we're not going to do Mandela things here. We're doing our own thing now. And this will benefit our children. We are so uncompromising about that. We've compromised for far too long. And what is even worse is that those who are in possession of the land are refusing to release it.
REFM, thought-provoking, always smoking, lyrics like a bazooka. You are listening to Mutabaruka.
Just taking land from someone is theft. No more, no less. So he believes you can't, no matter how bad the injustices were in the past, you can't fix it by grabbing.
And that is madness. How does taking my car, which you stole from you, become a theft? Mm-hmm. You steal my car, I come and take it. I find it, I take it. In Terra's mind, that is theft. I mean, that is insane. We're not stealing anything. We're taking what is rightfully ours. But I'm not taking my car and leaving you stranded. I give you a ride. This is my car, I'm taking it.
Without compensation? How are you getting a ride?
No, I'm giving you a ride. We're driving together.
Right.
I won't leave you here stranded. Right. Yes. Why should I compensate a criminal? You steal my car, you want money from me to buy it. You're committing more crime by wanting me to buy from you.
Because that was one of the fundamental things in 94, which was, okay, we press reset from Madiba. White people, you've been born into privilege, but you don't bear the sins of your forefathers. Let's work together. You contest that.
Hey, Chief, I was not there in 1994. I was not there when Madiba clinched deals with those people.
Right.
If there is any commitment Mandela made with them and then we are going against it, they must go to Mandela. We don't owe them anything. We have no agreement with them. Nothing. And we're not bound by Mandela's resolutions at all. We're not bound by the decisions taken in the negotiations. We're not there. We are here now. And we are going to chart a way forward and determine our own destiny. Madiba did what he had to do. The conditions then maybe were not favorable for him to do what we are doing now. And we are not Mandela. I think people should get that very clear. We're not Mandela, and we're not going to do Mandela things here. We're doing our own thing now. And this will benefit our children. We are so uncompromising about that. We've compromised for far too long. And what is even worse is that those who are in possession of the land are refusing to release it.
Thought-provoking, always smoking, lyrics like a bazooka. You are listening to Mutabaruka.
Hey, African people have to wake up, you know. African people have to wake up. Imagine a man take away your land, thief your land, put you in a prison, lock you up, discriminate against you. And then you come back for your land and tell you, say, oh, you're going to solve something by taking away land. And that simple thing, if a man thief your car, and you go back for your car, or you can't call that thief. That's not a thief. I come for my car. So I come for my land now. I know business where you are Mandela did plan. I know business where you are Mandela did plan. Right now we are dealing with, we don't have the land, we don't take away land, and we don't have the land there. 88% of the land in South Africa belong to white people. We don't have the land there. And now we come back for our land and I say, oh, we're wicked, or we are thief the land. Only they thief the land from how much years ago? But this is something where them don't want to look on, that one can stand up in front of a black man and talk about, oh, you take away the land, or you come back from take away the land. Without any compensation. A man thief your land, and then when you take back your land, him want you pay him feet. What kind of madness is that? What kind of madness is that? And these are the issues where these so-called bossy slaves were in this part of the world supposed to deal with. We must, the black must represent not only CARICOM leaders, but an all African black, all Africa. That's why they say Pan-African. Pan-African just mean all African, you know. That's all it means. Pan, all African is all African. No separation. So when you talk, you must talk for all African. Like what Marcus Garvey talk. Just like what Marcus Garvey talk for all African. You come take my land and then you come tell me no true, me I take back my land, you tell me say, oh, that now I solve nothing. And now you want me pay you back for pay you gonna pay the thief. A man come in at your house, come rob you. And you go to the place where you pack up all of your things and you go there for your things. And them I tell you, say, boy, right now you have to go pay me to get back my things them. No, Rasta. Them people are not easy. Them not easy. This is the cutting edge at RFM. Listen to that one here. Listen to that one here now too.
Madam President and gentlemen, ladies of the House, I, standing here with 8 minutes in my hands and at this venerable and rather magnificent institution, I was going to assure you that I belong to the Henry VIII School of Public Speaking, that as Henry VIII said to his wives, I shall not keep you long. But now finding myself the seventh speaker out of 8 in what must already seem a rather long evening to you, I rather feel like Henry VIII's last wife. I more or less know what's expected of me, but I'm not sure how to do it any differently. Perhaps what I should do is really try and pay attention to the arguments that were advanced by the opposition today. We had, for example, Sir Richard Ottaway suggesting, challenging the very idea that it could be argued that the economic situation of the colonies was actually worsened by the experience of British colonialism. Well, I stand to offer you the Indian example, Sir Richard. India's share of the world economy when Britain arrived on its shores was 23%. By the time the British left, it was down to below 4%. Why? Simply because India had been governed for the benefit of Britain. Britain's rise for 200 years was financed by its depredations in India. In fact, Britain's industrial revolution was actually premised upon the deindustrialization of India. The handloom weavers, for example, famed across the world, whose products were exported around the world, Britain came right in. There were actually these weavers making fine muslin, light as woven air, it was said. And Britain came right in, smashed their thumbs, broke their looms, imposed tariffs and duties on their cloth and products, and started, of course, taking the raw materials from India and shipping back manufactured cloth, flooding the world's markets with what became the products of the dark and satanic mills of Victorian England. That meant that the weavers in India became beggars, and India went from being a world-famous exporter of finished cloth into an importer, went from having 27% of world trade to less than 2%. Meanwhile, colonialists like Robert Clive bought their rotten boroughs in England on the proceeds of their loot in India, while taking the Hindi word loot into their dictionaries as well as their habits. And the British had the gall to call him Clive of India, as if he belonged to the country, when all he really did was to ensure that much of the country belonged to him. By the end of the 19th century, the fact is that India was already Britain's biggest cash cow, the world's biggest purchaser of British goods and exports, and the source of highly paid employment for British civil servants. We literally paid for our own oppression. And as has been pointed out, the wealthy Victorian British families that made their money out of the slave economy, 1/5 of the elites of the wealthy class in Britain in the 19th century owed their money to transporting 3 million Africans across the waters. And in fact, in 1833, when slavery was abolished, what happened was that a compensation of £20 million was paid, not as reparations to those who had lost their lives or who had suffered or been oppressed by slavery, but to those who had lost their property. I was struck by the fact that your Wi-Fi password of this union commemorates the name of Mr. Gladstone, the great liberal hero. Well, I'm sorry, his family was one of those who benefited from this compensation. Staying with India, between 15 and 29 million Indians died of starvation in British-induced famines. The most famous example, of course, was the Great Bengal Famine during the Second World War, when 4 million people died because Winston Churchill deliberately, as a matter of written minuted policy, proceeded to divert essential supplies from civilians in Bengal to sturdy Tommies and Europeans as reserve stockpiles. He said that the starvation of anyway underfed Bengalis mattered much less than that of sturdy Greeks. This is Churchill's actual quote. And when conscience-stricken British officials wrote to him, pointing out that people were dying because of this decision, he peevishly wrote in the margins of the file, "Why hasn't Gandhi died yet?" So all notions that the British were trying to do their colonial enterprise out of enlightened despotism to try and bring the benefits of colonialism and civilization to the benighted heathen. I'm sorry, Churchill's conduct in 43 simply one example of many that gave a lie to this myth. As others have said on the proposition, violence and racism were the reality of the colonial experience. And no wonder that the sun never set on the British Empire, because even God couldn't trust the English in the dark.
Yeah, that was a very serious Indian in his House of Representatives. So, very important. People are wake up. People is waking up. It's slow, but it's sure. And that is what we have to know. Say it's slow, but it's sure. And we also must arm ourselves with information. We have to arm ourselves with information. The people with the most information is them where we know are. It's you that you don't know what is happening. And then when it happens now, you say, right, it didn't happen. You never know it didn't happen. Arm yourself with information. That is what it is all about now. Right now, as we speak. Not tomorrow, now. We have to arm ourselves with information. Because everybody else is informed. Everybody else know them history. Everybody know what them supposed to do now. And everybody know what them do now will affect what them do tomorrow. Only we, as African people, seem to be closing the door upon ourselves. Closing the door upon itself. We are using the entrance door for exit. Terrible. Terrible. That we won't be broadcasting from the studio tomorrow, or a little more, 2 o'clock. We will be in Portland. We'll be in Portland broadcasting the Stepping Razor. So, for the people in Portland, we'll be there, you understand? From 2 to 6 o'clock, 5:45 to be precise. So, we won't be here in the studio. Portland, here we come with the program. Okay, here we go. We want to take some phone call. Operator, there's a new operator. We again 2 new operators missing tonight, you know. One gone before 10 and now this one, I don't know what's your name. I want you come in and come give me her name, you know. Operator, I don't know your name. I'm going to make up a name for you. I'm going to call you Eardo. I'm going to call you Eardo. Okay. All right. So, meanwhile, we are waiting for the call. Changa. Hey, this was that was a tune that, you know. The person will tell you exactly where I'm doing. If you want a boot, him go in the jungle for that and make him own boot. If you want a pants, him go in the jungle and go make him own pants. Him now wear Babylon things. Rastafari, pana levels. May I tell you? Rastafari, pana levels. All them things the way make Rasta be Rasta. See some man just come twist it round now. All them locks, them just twist round. Sir. Cutting edge. Yell.
Yes, Muta.
Blessed man.
Greetings. Yeah, man. The name man is Omar Ryan, you know, from out of St. Thomas, you know.
From out of St. Thomas, okay.
Yeah.
How are you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good, you know.
You
know, it's been a while to touch base with the program, you know.
And that me say.
Yeah, man, and really, I listen to the videos, the audio clips just now with the virgin them from South Africa and
India.
And I really been paying attention to coming out of Zimbabwe and other places of Africa, South Africa, with African leaders developing the kind of confidence that we're not seeing around here with Caribbean leaders, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, and I just think the reason why is because it was the level of enslavement and colonialism in the Caribbean versus that of Africa, you know? because it was really around from 1885 to 1915, from the Berlin Conference with Otto von Bismarck, that the Europeans really started to colonize Africa in a full-scale way until they almost colonized the entire Africa outside of Ethiopia, you know? And that was like 100 and odd years now, you know? But enslavement happened around here for like 400 years, so to me, the traumatic effects that our leaders have, because to me, a lot of times I'm odd, you know, well, when I look at the kind of timid behavior of our politicians, you know, they're making grand, what I would say, policies like land redistribution.
Yeah.
Because after enslavement, black people are getting land in the Muta.
Watch out, 1/3 of Jamaican population is seen as squatters. Jamaica is 2.7 million.
That word shouldn't even echo to the work of black people and African people put out in this country, and the blood will bleed.
Yeah. Terrible.
You know?
Terrible.
You know? So it's a serious, one would say now, action on people like me and you know. Yeah, I do it long time on the radio, but you like me, you know, we are come up in the struggle, and others, a serious sense of relearning amongst ourselves and really education amongst the youth them same way to kind of develop a sense of confidence to step out there and change the conditions for ourselves, you know?
Yeah. Well, you have to just go on the way, though, and so far you can't carry it go, you know?
Yeah, man, it's serious times, you know? Yeah, man, it's serious times. I just encourage the youth them to just seek knowledge still and seek what is them purpose still, because without you understanding what is the purpose, sometimes you have a loss, you know?
Yeah,
and then when seeking that purpose, you have to understand who you are as an individual and as a collective, as an African.
Yeah.
Enough we can tell who we grandfather and who great-grandfather is enough for sure how lost we be. We can't even look in our family genealogy and trace the thing them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, Brethren, give thanks, Brethren.
No, anyway, digital just me know say me have 1 minute left on the caller. You know?
All right.
And thing. I'm never leave my number with the operator. More like to talk to the eye outside of the ear, you know?
All right. Yeah, leave it to her, yes.
Yeah, man. Give thanks. Rastafari.
Give thanks. Yeah. Blessed.
Blessed love Muta.
All right.
Yeah, man. How you do, man?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I programming at night, you know?
Give thanks.
Yeah, man. My life on area now.
Eh?
Yeah, man. My life on here, you know.
Yeah, man. Up on here, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Well, it's them start the festive season for World Cup. So you know the cutting edge. Why you name the cutting edge? You touch all topics and all important issues. We are going in the human vibration and what going on earth. So it's awesome. Because the cutting edge is not just a one program perspective. It touch all perspectives to uplift the human, you know.
Sure.
So first we are going to say, they say a game, enough people don't understand the level of a game. Well, me go expound my interpretation. What is a game? A game is winning or losing. A game is a thing that's set for win or lose. Now, anybody were in a game, no matter what game, football, boxing, running, every contestant or every team that enter the game, pray to God Almighty, or them pray to the Most High.
For win.
For win.
And one lose.
And watch this now. The two teams, them, you know, pray, you know. and team win. Them start them. Oh, God, are doing it away there.
Yeah, like the other one never did prayer.
Them ball. So that means God make the team will lose.
A joke business. A joke business, man.
It's terrible.
It's like when people actually say, God won't give you more than you can bear. How much you can bear when God give me your family dead animals say, nah, give more than you bear. A madness.
So it's a trick, and the trick is God no do nothing at all. God don't make you win, or God don't make you lose. So it's a terrible, terrible trick.
It's how you play the game, and little luck and little expertise make you win.
Yes, God don't have nothing to do with it. But people put God in every little hanky-panky and
foolishness. Yes.
God don't deal with that.
Yeah.
If I saw them, I interpret God.
Yeah.
So, and when people cry now all in a game now, tears I water. People all kill all themselves over a game because them bet everything and lose, you know? It's terrible because the interpretation of a game in the human psyche is that it's supposed to be joy, fun and laughter. A game, them interpret a game supposed to be getting the nation together, the community or the world, because the World Cup game is a strategical strategy to pull nations together that we can live together underneath unity.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is not that. It's so terrible. A game supposed to be pulling people together and nation together, black and white, Chinese and Indian, everybody to live together in the human race. But the reality is not that. So I wonder, I say, enough in terms as a game. The sport activity, any sport activity must not terms as a game, because in a game is winning or losing, and when one team win, them say, boy, God not depend for them side within them religious thought. Now we are going to touch a perspective on the World Cup, since as always the festive season. Now, all of the people them, because me I say Brazil, and I tell you, me I say Brazil too. On the terms of Brazil population is about 90% black. No Muta?
Well, most of the black people them will live outside Africa, live in Brazil.
Yeah, and most of the black people them would have to run away from some country where they have kill them off. Brazil them come. Yeah. So I don't know if I have the knowledge or you have the knowledge of it, but it never reflect the eye memory. You know the saying that say how they created football game. You can expound on that little.
No, I don't know.
They have a saying that says the game created off a black man head with them chop off.
Yeah, me hear about that. Yeah, me really hear about it for true. But
and them a kick the black man head all around, you know, in a stadium and people laughing and
I hear about that.
I want to do some form of research and
no, when you do the research, no man, and come tell me, man, why you tell me go to school for, man? You bring it up, man, you bring the research, come, you go do the research and tell me, man.
Yeah, but through the stepping razor,
no, true nothing, man. Wait, no, man, you are the stepping razor too, you know.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, so you go do some research and cut the head, said we with it, just like how you talk now. Let's go do some research and come back, come tell me. And tell me which part you get the research from.
All right, I love that because it's supposed to be Muta supposed to educate the nation. Also, the nation can also give Muta some tips
to educate the nation. You can't give me something for educate the nation too.
I love that. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna stay long.
But you stay long already.
I just want to
sing.
You
don't talk about yourself why me don't like you off already.
No man. Let me tell you this.
I what do you do now? Watch out, pile it up now.
Mutabaruka is I, World King, also known as Sabatooth, also known as I Prosperity. I am Mutabaruka, number one.
Alright, let me ask you a question. Yo. Hi. Hello, let me ask you a question. The three names them you give me a while ago, you see? Plus the name where they pay your passport. Why you have so much name, brethren?
Well, you don't know. All right.
Me don't know. Me ask you.
All right, me I tell you now.
Yeah.
Because I have a birth name that gives me.
Yeah, me know about the birth name, but when I say you talk other three names when they pay your birth certificate, now they know it. So why you have three different names?
All right, I'm going to tell you why I have different name now. It's because of way I call it now, the evolvement. I evolve in a positive way. So meaning that I see how reality is, and life is on a stage. Now is where you take the stage. See, so you can take the stage on a limited level, and you take it on a level that is the sky is the limit. So same like how Mutabaruka is not the given name from your parents.
Yeah, but my name that.
Yeah, you take on to that name,
yeah,
Mutabaruka.
So what me not give myself no other name now? Because my mother give me one name, and then me give myself my name. So, but when I say, you start out, which one of them you start out with? Me not talk about the one with the your birth certificate.
Sabertooth.
All right, what do you mean in a sabertooth?
Is saber-tooth tiger. A tiger that names saber-tooth with two tall tooth.
So two tall teeth. So
yeah,
so tell me something now. So you give yourself name of an animal.
No, it's not. I give myself that name. It's Steely and Cleavy. They came to
Steely and Cleavy give the name. Okay.
Yeah.
So the other name now after Sabertooth is what?
I World King.
So why you leave from Sabertooth go I World King?
Because as I'm telling you now, the involvement and stages of life, you know. So
I World King. So I World King mean what now? What I World King mean?
I World King just mean in a sense of I World King mean in a sense of a name that I take on to because I see where the human race need that authentic love and that authenticness. Now, I can say clearly I have love for the whole entire human race. That's why I take on to I World King, and I have no ulterior motive against that.
All right, so what's the other name now?
I Prosperity.
All right, so you're gonna Sabertooth, I World King, and I Prosperity now. Tell me
also known as I Prosperity.
All right, so why you move from I World King to I Prosperity?
No, it don't move. It's one person of all of them named there. Yeah. Same like how you have Mutabaruka and a different name. And you have many other
No. Tell me what me have, man. I one name me have, man. Mutabaruka my name, man.
Yeah.
Tell me about and then me have another. Wait, me have another name. My mother give me. So me not talk about that now. Because me now move from Mutabaruka go nowhere. So me I say no, you move from you gone three movement, you know. You move from Sabertooth to I World King now to I Prosperity.
I tell you why now. Yeah. I Prosperity coming from about 1991, 92 in my community in Anneville Garden.
Yeah.
They name a whole park in Anneville named Prosperity Corner. And why they named that Prosperity Corner is because of my style that I use, a prosperity.
Yeah.
I have for over how much years using now.
So we get a kind of history of Sabertooth, I World King, I Prosperity.
Yeah, also known as I Prosperity.
So how them name they now influence your life now? Where do you feel your life?
My life in a positive way. Why?
Three name.
It influenced my life in a positive way because I see that I am really a prosperity youth.
A prosperous youth.
Yeah, prosperous youth. Because anything when I touch or anything
turn to goal.
When I try to uplift or help in life, them just prosperous. So I just not be a prosperity around me. The Lord I God.
All right, you saw it come back round to you now. You saw the argument come back round to you again. So you have to move now because the advertisement them have to play and me have to move. Yeah?
I live bless.
Yeah. Yes, Il
Mutabaruka.
I did.
Yes, Mutabaruka. I have to say, give thanks, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the program
give thanks.
I push.
Yeah, man.
You know, but I say, of all the bad news I always come out of Jamaica. I come to Jamaica last week and I have a good time and I meet some good people. And I have a good time with my friend.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I there Jamaica for just 10 days and a pear mango me eat.
Wow, I tell you, the mango them a beer like wow now.
I eat some mango
I tell you, man.
Before I forget. before I forget, I have a big up a youth out there, almost a 3 mile out there, so out of Alex.
Yeah.
When he in Kimber, you know, we broke down and the youth left work and the youth help way. You know, the youth help.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
Muta.
Yeah, man, you cut off a while ago, you know. You cut off when I hear you again. But meanwhile, the brethren I try to get back him things, you know, but me I tell you the mango, them a beer, you know, Rasta. And meanwhile, the mango, them a beer, the place hot, you know. Me I tell you, the place hot. Brethren, I will go on this, so. You get cut off. No, the mango, them a beer, man. The mango, them a beer. I tell you, say, me go to somebody yard, go open up them place, them tell me, say, me can't come for the mango anytime I want still, and me and my lady go in there with a box, man, and whenever I have to climb the tree. Black mango like wow up on the ground, man. I tell you. Nobody can't say you're hungry now, you know. Not them time, yeah. Can't say you're hungry, you can't say you're hot. But you can't say you're hungry at all. If you say you're hungry now, you're wicked, man. You're not supposed to be hungry now. You're wicked if you're hungry. Believe you me. Yes, Ill.
Ill again, Muta.
Yeah, you cut off, so. You broke down.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't know what happened. You know.
But you never know the Jamaica so nice, still.
No, man, I know it's so nice, man.
But all the things that we hear are foreign.
You understand?
And that I say, you never know the things that go and say to
yeah, my people out of East Kingston, you know, it's a joy for being a right place. My brethren Fireball.
Yeah.
And, you know, the man look fruit and give me every day. From there, Jamaica. One time, the family give him some cooked food.
Yeah,
to say a pure fruit. And,
pure
yeah,
fruit.
Man, I tell you, it's a joy. A joy.
And you know, say a little more now, you have to no pear now. What they call avocado.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the Miglada Mountain, another mountain, it's enough avocado about the place.
I'm sorry now, they let me get some.
Hockey like worries.
Yeah, man, me some hockey and some breadfruit.
Yeah, man.
Me know
people that are when they're hungry at Jamaica, you know, believe you me.
Yeah, man, I feel them fast. You know, I feel them fast when they're hungry. Because I tell you, say, my daddy and, you know, as I wake up in the morning, I start on the blackie.
Yes.
You know, because I have a blackie tree near me yard.
Yeah, man, and them sweet, man.
I'm a virgin, then bring in some East Indian, come give me you know.
That's on Julie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You know, I mean, I tell you, say, man, the place, you know, you have good people that do good things, same way.
And when you go back a far, you know, you're supposed to yellow.
Muta.
Look like a China man with all them mango there.
I lose 9 pounds. You understand? I lose 9 pounds. You know. Yeah, man. I see all the people in Portland come. I go to Portland.
Yeah.
I go to Portland one of the days. Just, I tell you, the people are helpful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Stop ask some people some questions. And they're helpful.
Yeah, man.
So I tell you, say, no matter what, go on.
Yes.
There's more good people out there that go on good thing and willing to do good
more
thing.
good than bad out there, man.
You know?
More good than bad out there.
The bad just
overshadow
we just push it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that overshadow the whole thing, man. That overshadow the whole thing.
Yeah, man. Because I tell you, say, you know, but when all the vehicle broke down, I will go, walk from over there, so go to Dwayne Park, and a virgin just see me and offer me for carry back over there, so. So, I tell you, say, it's a good, I have a joy.
Yes. Give thanks for hear that, man. Give thanks for hear that.
Yeah, man. I mean, a joy, man. You know, and the thing in my little place there, so. But, you see, I think when we see what we can work for.
Gone again. Bridging gone again, you know. Yeah. Let's see, Ross. Bridging gone again. Anyway, we give thanks still. Give thanks. Because that bridging we call regular. I'm glad all the bridging come experience some of the mango them in Jamaica, you know, me I tell you, man, the mango them nice like our. Yeah, eat all that half dozen East Indian mango now, you know, and nothing feed for the rest of the day, you know. Me I tell you, you know, me can't see how man. Hey, me see some man. It's a serious thing. Me see some man have some long hooky stick with the little bag pan in, like, you know, when you hook the mango, it drop in the bag. Me I drive that day and me see a bridge with a long one pan a bicycle and hunt mango pan the roadside, you know. Because you know, see the mango them are grown now. The people, them mango just hang over the side of them gate, you know, side of them fence, so they can just turn up outside. And when me realize the first time people used to run you from mango tree, you know, them not run you again, you know. And them until they just pick some and make sure they then get some too. So the man, them a walk on them long stick. But, brethren, if you not get mango so half of the tree, them, you can't tell the mango them so dear, though, you know. A wicked or no wicked, too. You not go and work at the politician, them, man. On the thief mango, and then I come tell it dearer than how it's supposed to say. I want to tell one Eastern mango for $200 and all the madness there. A joke business. A joke business, man. And a thief, you thief it. I mean, you see all them corruption them involved in, and me buy thief in mango. Me buy thief in mango. About thief mango, me don't ask him no question. Who you thief that from, me ask him, I buy it from, me want it. Anyway, cut it edge, eel.
Eel again, Muta.
How go on your phone, man?
I don't know enough.
Your phone go work better when you're there foreign, man.
So no foreign with them, man. I reach back at my yard, man.
You gone back?
Yeah, man. Reach back at my yard.
You serious?
Yeah. But me have a blast. But you see a little thing more, the people them kind of normalize the nastiness, you know. I got me notice.
Yeah, man, the nastiness.
The people normalize the nastiness.
Yeah.
The leadership. And then me notice the people them do some work on the road out of my way and I dust up the whole, I dust up the people them. So a couple months, you know, I feel 6 people out there.
Yeah.
Without kind of cool. And then
we don't see progress. All the asthma.
Yeah. Me see the same work I go on, but them wet up uptown and the water truck now come through our area.
Them wet up downtown. Them wet up uptown.
Yeah. Yeah, that me notice.
I tell you.
Yeah, man, me notice it.
Jackass, the world will live, man.
But and I think when me see where we can make the place better. And it's a thing when me used to do when me younger there at Jamaica. We have to bridge the gap with the youth. We have to talk to the youth them and we have to involve the youth them in what we do. You understand? Cause you see, when me I come up as a bigger man in my early 20s and so, and me I play ball, me ever have a lick youth for ever have some lick youth for me. And at them time there, the reason why me I do it was because we could have talked to the youth them and the youth them listen.
Yeah,
but we always a winter. We used to have some little evening bar where we play 5-a-side, but never have 3 little youth on my side. Cause them listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And me never do it out of nothing. Say me understand nothing. But now me come back and me say,
you realize what go on.
Me realize like even some of the same youth them now when me have under my wing. If them a play, them never bring no lick youth. You know? So the other day them have a little competition down there. Some of the lick youth them couldn't afford to enter a team. You know? And me just have to say anything we do, we have to just try and get the youth them involved. We always have to blame the youth them, but we have to try with the youth them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man,
we have to try with the youth them.
Yeah, man.
You know, anything we do, we have to bring in the youth them. But more time, we have a great time. And some great people there at Jamaica.
Yeah, man.
Hear that?
Give thanks.
Great people. Yeah, man. Big up yourself here, sir.
Yeah. So you're not preaching what I is.
Me just see them, you know, me and the work. Me just see them, you know. More time, me there eat things and I every day walk up. So I come to Jamaica, me put on a shirt.
So yeah, them tell you to them hear you when you big them up on the program.
Yeah, man. Everybody a fight me out. But He's a man, but there is Kingston, me not wearing a shirt, but, you know,
Yeah.
I just saw.
Yeah.
But me have a blast, man. All of the man who hear me big up, they never did there.
Yeah,
Them take care of me.
Give thanks.
You know, but me have to give a special shout out to the youth out of Creamer, like,
Yeah.
you know what I said, man.
Well,
Good people
in a
there
time
the
of
same way.
distress. Yes.
Yeah, good
man.
people is there.
Give thanks, brother.
And we have to, yeah, man, give thanks and big up yourself on the work we are doing.
All right, sir. Give thanks.
All right, cool.
Yeah, man. Them call David Way. 19 night out. I saw it go. 19 night out. Them David Way. Okay, so here we are now. We're going to introduce some music here, you know. Some music, a genre of music, them name merengue. Merengue is a music where come from out where you have Cuban merengue, you have merengue from Haiti, you have merengue from Haiti, and you have merengue from Cuba. So you have the French merengue and you have the Spanish merengue. Yeah, just some different kind of music for you. Merengue. You never hear about it before. You hear about it now on the cutting edge. As young people, you know them way there. So, we want to pay tribute to a sister who passed away this week in Mexico. She named Susan Couch. You know, Susan Couch is one of them sisters that were, you know, say, we're not on site yet. Yeah, Susan Couch is one of them sisters that were mostly involved with the lighter side of, you know, the music, cooler side of the music, you know, jazz and these things, but she dabbled in a reggae, she dabbled in a rock steady. When she passed away, she had cancer and she passed away. So I want to play a couple songs by Susan Couch, and I know so we have one with me and her do, yes, and she and Barry Samantha. So I'm going to try to see if I can find them and play them. The one with me and her and the one with me and Barris. Hail.
Rastafari, wait a second.
Give cutting edge, yeah.
Give thanks for life, give thanks for Rastafari, give thanks for the eye.
Yeah,
you know, there's a general, we was a commandante really in Cuba, named Commandante Almeida. And we learned about him through working through aviation and traveling all over and working in that community. Virgin, you see, when Cuba did go through a serious time in the 90s and all the 80s, him said something with you to tell the Jamaican government, you know, him tell Castro, yo, you need to have musical festivals in the country to kind of revive the people enthusiasm and confidence. And the man was a merengue musician and salsa singer, as well as being he was one of like the number 4 general black man.
So when you hear all the merengue, they bring it to that level.
Yeah, man. If you look at certain pictures with Fidel, it was always he always just one that said, "Who the black man there?" That was always him, an elder brother. He was always there when the top generals. He was one of the number 4 and number 5 top generals. He was right there with Fidel all the time.
Okay.
You understand? As a matter of fact, him win one of the areas of Cuba that basically sealed the revolution. That's why he could have reached to that level. But anyway, he gives the people music. And Fidel said, boy, he never believes that when I see him in country. And in the sense of he revived, he encouraged Fidel to revive the culture and allow the people them to use the culture as a way of building confidence and building even our economy. You understand?
Well, it's not
and in Jamaica too, you know, like we had to know, cultural exchanges and stuff. But it's a top general. And when that show me, and you can see that throughout South America, all the music, black people push it, you know. Just like when you see black people gave America its music. It gave South America and gave Latin America its music too. And the Latin Americans then will tell you that. You understand? You know, once you book up, once them draw some racist cards for you, and you buck them up, you see them draw and say, no, either them mother or them grandfather or uncle or a black man, or they're a draft for some black musician, and them show you, say, look, this is where we grew up to try to ease off the vibe that them them falsely put out about racism and try to go on like them is, well, they are, because they are conquistadors. Latin America is made up of conquistadors, native Amerindians and Africans. And you fall on either you combine in all three or you fall on either of those three sides. That's the way the political thing, but it's amazing how the music, black people have just music. I remember one time you mentioned it, the government needs to have a whole heap of different stage show all around the country, or cultural expression for the people. And that saved Cuba. And then talk about it all the time, But, just hearing the music where you play, make the people ever know it's not like you play Spanish music. It's still black music you play as well.
Yeah, black music I work with.
Black music?
Yeah, man. It's just that's how we talk English, depending on who colonize with. Depending on which white people colonize with. Some talk French. Some talk Spanish.
Some talk Spanish.
But I said African them.
Said African them, brethren. Said African them. I mean, when you meet the people from San Andres, and you hear them sing, and hear them play the music, and them I explain to you, them originate a certain form of salsa, or merengue, or compa. I'm saying, what? And then you San Andres, Colombia, and then you meet the people.
Music.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Guadalupe, Martinique, Rah.
Amazing.
Different kind of music. Give thanks, brethren. Give thanks.
Yeah, man. Bless the love. Rastafari.
Yes. I give thanks. Open up the thing. What you mean? What that today for open it up. So we're going to talk about Susan Coach, who passed away this week, from cancer. She passed away in Mexico. Good friend of mine. So here we go now. Susan. Yeah, man. May I tell you, the music, what you sing, sweet. Not what you call top 40 music in Jamaica, but relaxing and easy. You understand? We're going to play little more from this on the next program because we think it's very important to do it. Yes, because she has done a lot. Okay, so we're going to go back now and play some more of the merengue. Couple ones call me. I can hear say some big people say, boy, Muta, you make the radio sound different when you play those music, man. You make the place sound different. Well, is that what you have to do? Make the place sound different. So we're going to Yeti. Yeah, we're going to Yeti. Hey, a long time we have played them tune upon RFM, long time. From Mr. Young days we have played.
El again, El Muta.
Yes.
El?
Yeah, man.
Muta.
Yeah, man.
A little thing I forgot to talk about, I think was a big thing. I see some rat in a Port Antonio there.
Yeah.
I don't know if the authority are aware right, but, it bother me. I see some big rat, and they just have a good time, and, see the people live around rat. But I just stop remember. So I have to call back and push that. I think of yourself Hezbollah, but that.
You thanks.
Yeah.
Big music out of the Caribbean, I just say, it's not to go calypso and reggae and dancehall and them things that come from the Caribbean. You have other genre of music where right cross. Several years ago, we did a show in Paris with a brethren named Didi. I don't know if they pronounce it that way, Didi Saint-Prix. And we never know him, but we used to play music on that program, and then we go to Paris, and when we look on the thing, we see him did on the show too. Several years after, we hear say some terrorists bomb up the place, the theater where we did play now. And it's not one time we play in that theater there too. It's more than one time. And we come find out, say that theater, they bomb up and kill them with people in the theater. Well, we want to play the bridge, we used to play upon the program, and then we go find out. Same day upon the show, and we go meet him.
Yeah, Muta.
Yeah, blessed man.
Yes, yeah. Just two things quick before credit run out and thing. That Britain is bracing itself for Donald Trump's visit.
Yeah,
because there's going to be a lot of demonstrations, massively.
Yeah.
More than any other U.S. president is resented.
Yeah.
Because I'm racist policies and actions. And he will be accompanied by over 1,000 people, most of them security.
Yeah.
No other U.S. president have dropped so much security and things visiting here. Over 1,000 people. And talking about the World Cup, well, we know that England won't be bringing home any cup. And, you know, it's poetic justice, you know, because the captain, the guy named Kane.
Well, credit gone. Credit gone.
Motor.
Yes.
Yeah, man, how you do?
There, man.
Yeah, man, give thanks, man. You know, sir, there are a couple of things that I want to touch.
No couple not there that program.
No, man, what I mean, me no mean going on a whole heap of details. Just touch them and go.
Yeah.
Quick and fast.
Yeah.
Now, one of them is that me have to remind you that you, Mutabaruka, is a national treasure.
You have to remind me about that. You remind me about that.
Yeah, me I remind you. Me I make you know.
So we must think that in my head. So me a natural treasure.
Of course.
Okay.
You better make sure rivet it in your head as well as all the people used to say. Rivet it in your head so you're a national treasure. Now, me I listen to you from before me start get youth. And my older child, because I told them me have a 19. Seeing?
Uh-huh.
And me remember when me come from work one evening, the year when me a saddle up for the cutting edge and you play a Bunny Whaler, right? Where Bunny Whaler talk about the music business with him and Bob and
yeah. We know the album there. Yeah.
You remember that something about Solomonic?
Yeah, that history of the Whalers, like, yeah.
Yeah, me I tell you, you see that there, would I love you go back in the archives and play that, you know, because me I tell you, say, me tape it on a cassette. Me tape it on a cassette and every time I play the thing so much time that me can't even find the cassette right now, me I tell you. But that was one of the things them where me say, no man, this is money up on the radio, man. This is money, we can't. We are around with this money, we don't even know more, but I don't even know much about you, we don't even know where you eat more time. Come here, you talk about thinking too.
But where you want to know me for?
Oh, you mean that we don't want to know that we can have a man like you where it's such a national treasure upon the radar in a Jamaica we have so much impact. We are drop eye drops in our people them eye, or wash up the people them heart, and I make them see they all open the world is, especially upon the African continent, because I know you're a man well traveled. And your level of intelligence is not normal. So me go into the next part of reasoning now.
Yeah.
Which me go ask you a question now. You believe, say, a person with a physically smaller head would have any issues with them thinking capabilities?
The small head?
Yeah, it's
small head not nothing to do
like
with
physically you can see, noticeable.
No, small head not have nothing to do with your thinking capabilities.
You don't believe so?
No, sir.
All right, I'm going to tell you, say, me believe so.
Okay, all right.
No, I'm going to tell you why I believe
so. The bigger your head, the more intelligence you have?
No, not necessarily. I'm going to just explain to you quickly why I think so. Now, the smaller head man don't necessarily have to be fool, you know. But he's not a very smart fellow. And I want to say him, me talk about human being, because whether it be man or woman, if the head physically smaller, it's like, for some reason, the brain not get that capacity there to develop because of the skull and the size.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that to me, I point to microcephaly, which microcephaly is basically...
You tell me, say anybody not going on nothing deep, you know, you're gone in a microcephaly.
No, we're not going on. All right, well, let me cut it.
Because I'm going to play some other and play more music before the program done, you know, in the next 10 minutes.
All right, I'm going to say it quickly, Muta. What I say about the head, you know, is that the small head man now, you have to just, him need supervision.
I mean, I say all, because if we're going to reason, we're not going to say all.
Yeah, but how small it have to do with intelligence? What small it have to do with intelligence?
But I tell you, me just explain to you about the brain and the capacity. And
that not have, brethren, that not have nothing to do with nothing, brethren.
Yeah, it not have nothing to do with nothing, but me I tell you, me do checks, Muta.
What kind of scientific proof you have with that? What kind of
scientific proof? Me just, it's in my own...
No, wait now, man, wait now. You must not lean on your own understanding.
Yeah.
A man must, you ever hear that saying? Don't lean on your own understanding. Right now, you lean by your own understanding. You don't have no scientific proof.
No, me not have scientific proof.
But your own little thinking.
Me have some experience.
The small head man and big head man.
Yeah, I remember point to the big head man now.
But you tell me say true the big head, so you tell me now you, brethren, me can't continue this conversation because me have to play the advertisement before the program done.
All right.
When I say no, you call too late for talk about that.
Yeah,
but
true. Seriously, but
your little understanding.
Just want to get it out.
Yeah, but your little understanding cannot decide because a man have small head, him have less understanding.
And remember, me I say it's not all no in the motor.
You use that as a mark. You use that as a mark.
Yeah, but you see, based on my experience with it,
your experience don't mean that's how it go. Your experience don't mean that's how it go. Just anyway, we have to move.
Get a test run.
We have to move. We not test it. We have to move.
Yeah, all right, here want me know. We give thanks.
This is the cutting edge. Yes, we want to give thanks to the moment. We want to remind the people them that we will not be in the studio at Fire FM tomorrow for the Stepping Razor. We will be broadcasting live from Portland. Yes, Portland. You know, so we're going to journey from here, go over there. All right. So give thanks to the moment, give thanks to the time. We are talking about the operator outside and she not come tell me her name, you know, so I call her, I want to call her. Oh, all right. You see Matrix outside it too. We want to yell up Matrix mother, you know. Yes. We want to yell up me hungry.